I just watched Nosferatu and I wanted to review it, summarize it, and talk about it. So I want to say, to start it off, do want to say that this movie is the most visually appealing, beautifully shot, great cinematography. It was the best looking movie of the year. That being said, it is a horror movie and it did not scare me at all. This movie relies on tension and jump scares, and even though it is a better movie than I'll compare it to Smile 2 because that came out this year, Smile 2 built the tension and had better jump scares and just better scares in general. So, if you're going to this movie to be shaking in your boots and terrified, this is not the movie to see. If you're a big fan of movies in general, good ones at that too, this is a good movie. It is a little bit of a slow burn, even though its pacing is pretty fast. So the runtime is 2 hours 12 minutes. So you're in there for a while. And now that we have that little piece out of the way, I want to talk about what I did like and what I didn't like, and what worked and what didn't really work. So first, I want to say the setting, the costumes, and the characters were all excellent. They did a great job. Count Orlok is his design was absolutely amazing. He looked like, I don't know. He looked like a Cold War Russian looking Dracula. It was awesome. And everyone else looks like just like traditional British style. They're all wearing suits. They all have like the J Schlatt, the mutton chops. They all have this and that. The top hats. It's very Victorian style, 19th century London, Britain stuff. It's just very, very nice. The setting is beautiful. And lastly, the cast of characters. I personally I only know Bill Skarsgård and Willem Dafoe, but the other actors killed it. Everyone just did a great job, and it turned out really well. Okay, so now I want to talk about what happened in the movie and what is a little bit different from the original. So the original movie focused on uh, it was more focused on the man, Thomas Hutter. But he was the main character in the first one that came out, like, I don't know, 100 years ago or something crazy. This time it focuses on his wife, Ellen Hutter. So, the movie starts, we're staring at Ellen praying to God to bring her a companion because she's very lonely, she's depressed, and isolated. So God sends her Count Orlok. She gets literally the devil, death. She starts having intimate relations with death in her dreams. And we see when she has these dreams, she starts like geeking. She goes full on conjuring. She, like, I don't know, her body just goes crazy. Her eyes roll back. Just, it's too much. She goes crazy. And then she meets Thomas, they get married, and now that she has a companion, these nightmares stop, but she knows who Count Orlok is. She's familiar with him. And then Thomas has to go away from Ellen for 6 weeks to visit Count Orlok on business to sell him a house. So, this is where the first problem of the film begins. It is the pacing. They have the same problem that late stage Game of Thrones does in their fast traveling. This is a movie. They are not playing Skyrim. He should not be able to open a map and teleport. So it shows him get on a horse. He gets on a horse, and then it cuts to him at a town literally right beside the castle. No journey, no whimsical adventure. He's just there. He gets off the horse. It shows us him going to the inn. he sweeps, and just some like filler happens there. And then he's off to meet Count Orlok, and then this is when things start to get like crazy, because it is pretty much Thomas meeting the dude he stole his girl from, Count Orlok, and the way Count Orlok just has this aura to him, bro. He literally, if I had to think about what his aura would look like, it would probably be like a dark blue Vegeta. That is his energy. He is a fiend in this movie. He is talking like he is waiting for his next fix. It's scary. He looks terrifying, and I think the actor portrayed how any human would react in this situation very well. Like, could you imagine being put in a situation where you're sent to meet someone and you get there and it is literally like death, like full on like cloak, skull, and scythe, and you just don't know what to do. You're terrified. You're literally a demon. So he's there for a few days, and then each day things get worse and worse. He's realizing as things go on that he is like pure evil. So eventually Thomas tries to kill him, and then he turns the tables. He puts a curse on Thomas, and he leaves him for wolves to die. He escapes, and this was not in Count Orlok's plan. Thomas goes to a church. The nun finds him, and they remove the curse. Another problem. This all happened in like 5 minutes. It is crazy. They remove a curse from the demon in under 5 minutes. And then he gets on his horse and he teleports back to where he started, and he sees his wife. And then Ellen, because she's been having these evil dreams because she was isolated again, she knows he is coming to their town because apparently good pussy is worth dying for. This is something our grandparents known. This is something the entire world has known, because no one is dying for it anymore. If you really think about it, our great-grandparents would see a beautiful girl, they would paint her on the side of their attack plane, and then they would go and carpet bomb people in war with that girl on the side of their plane. Nobody's doing that anymore now that there's so many beautiful girls in the world, on the internet, everywhere. It's crazy. Okay, sorry, I just got sidetracked. So, Count Orlok is going towards the town. He's going towards the town, and then he's literally on demon time. He brings along a giant crate full of rats that have the plague. So he is out here for blood. He's out here for blood and pussy at the same time. So he pulls up, he crashes the whip, the rats flood the city. At this point, hundreds of people are dying. And now, I haven't talked about him yet, but there is a side character here. His name is Friedrich Harding. Orlok kills he gives his wife the plague, and then the next night, he kills both his daughters. And then that exact same day, he has a funeral for his daughters. Same day as their death. Is kind of crazy, but I guess it makes sense because you do want to get rid of as many bodies as you can during like a crazy plague like this. So I'm not going to complain too much about that, but the pacing is still like pretty whack. So he's here, and then he talks to Ellen. He pretty much says in 3 days, it's either you give me what I want or I'm going to kill him. So the timer is ticking, and Thomas, Friedrich, and Willem Dafoe, they make a plan to get him. But Ellen knows that it's not going to work. She has made up her mind. She is going to be the one to kill Count Orlok. So she pretty much knows they're doomed from the start because she can like see into the future somewhat. She's like a psychic, but she can't really explore any of that just because she's in like the 19th century. She'll be like burned at a stake or something. Like no one believes her. So Thomas, they go on a goose chase to kill him, but it's not him. It's the dude that sent him on the journey, who is Count Orlok's butt buddy. So, yeah, so they kill some old dude, and then Thomas runs back to the house. He gets there, he opens the door, and what does he see? Count Orlok naked on top of his girl. Crazy. Dude got put in the cuck chair. But that scene at the end where it was one of the best scenes I've ever seen ever. Where is it? I think it's so beautiful because Count Orlok is so ugly, but the way it was shot, I can't help but appreciate how beautiful it really is. I don't know. It just captivates me so much looking at that. It is true beauty at its finest, and I can't even put it into words. I don't understand why it is so beautiful, but it is. It's so beautiful but ugly at the same time. So, that is like a quick summary review of the movie. The problem I have most with this movie would be like what I said, the pacing or the fast traveling. It kind of doesn't make sense, but at the same time, it's 2 hours and 12 minutes. So, and at times it felt slow. So I don't really know. I just wish there was more of a journey. Like, if you're gonna make a 2-hour, 10-minute film, you might as well shoot for 2:30. I think if you had 20 minutes to show a little more of the journey for Thomas going there and coming back, or maybe sitting in that town a little longer and getting more lore, because in the town, that filler I said earlier, they were like warning him, don't go up to the castle, don't go visit him, and then I think he had like a dream of like them stabbing a vampire. I don't know if that was real or not, but then like he wakes up, everyone is gone, his horse is gone. He just wakes up in a ghost town. So I do definitely think this movie could have benefited from 2 hours and 30 minutes, but at that same time, you don't want it to be like a slog fest. So there's that. And there could have been like more characters of significance. And what I mean by this is like the main cast is like 7 dudes, and there's like literally nobody else pretty much in the movie, like very minor side characters. And last but not least is that these characters don't do shit. None of them matter. The only people that actually have any significance on the plot itself is Ellen and Count Orlok. Count Orlok goes and gets what he wants, and Ellen, she kills him by her pussy is too good. Like I said, it is worth dying for, because instead of turning into a bat or getting the hell out of there, he goes for round 2. He pumped his left nut, and now he's going for the right one. He cannot get enough. So he stays in the sun, and then he passes out on top of her, and it's GG. Okay, but again, I'm getting off track. So Ellen and Count Orlok are the only 2 people that matter, because if you look at Thomas, or you look at Willem Dafoe, or Hernock, or Fred Rich, whatever, anything any of them do does not matter. They didn't stop him. There was nothing they could have done to stop him. He is an unstoppable, godly being, and he got what he wanted. Nothing he could have done could have changed that. Ellen knew this, so she just accepted her fate. She knew she was gonna die in 3 days. There was nothing anybody did that really mattered. But it is a great story. It's a beautifully shot movie. If you're a fan of cinema, I would recommend watching it. It is a great watch if you're into this stuff. If you want a scary movie just to be scared, I wouldn't super recommend this one, but it is great. It is beautiful. Absolutely stunning visuals here. There's a sick scene where it shows his shadow hand, like humongous over, like making a huge shadow over the town they're staying at. It is so cool. There's so much cool stuff in this movie, man. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. See you.